with the Laura Vandervart team. I am here with Mike and Hannah of M&H Beans Coffee and Roastery. We are here today to talk a little bit about their business and then go over how they're on our passport. So, Mike, Hannah, can you tell me a little bit about how you guys got your start?
Yes. So from the beginning, when we first started dating, we knew we wanted to do something together. We had all kinds of ideas. We've been in food and beverage for quite some time, a combined over 30 years, right? So, we were kind of playing around with options, barbecue. Mike's an awesome cook. He had a barbecue trailer. Coffee roasting. He's been a hobby roaster for a long time. Well, we settled on coffee roasting because at the time we needed something we could do out of our house. Ohio has pretty liberal cottage food laws, so until you add milk or ice, coffee is not necessarily hazardous. And so it was a good thing to start. So we started roasting in the garage, and by we I mean Mike, and start producing some good coffee. And we decided we need an outlet to start selling it, so we started at the North Canton Farmers Market. And people started buying our beans, and then it kind of transgressed to making beverages. And so we started with a little knockdown setup, they call it, at farmers markets, miscellaneous events around town, then upgraded to a mobile unit, a little trailer that we scooched around town in. And then 2022, this space came available. Yep. So last year in April, we heard that Sprinkle City had moved out, and this was an option for us. We live in North Canton. Mike's daughter went to Hoover, so North Canton kind of, runs strong in our house. So we took the leap and signed the lease for this space that allowed for a bigger coffee roaster. As we roast all of our own coffee, we do as much as we can here. And just gave us a nice little cafe to where people can come in and grab a drink, grab a bag of beans, and also, just kind of allow us to grow through wholesale and from there. Did I answer the question?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, and honestly, seeing all the product that you guys have here, you've got some really cool creations. How did you get your start with like the beans that you guys chose? I know you guys said that they come from 4 different continents, which is super cool. Yeah. How did you kind of come up with what you were going to use for your products?
Well, the quick answer to that is we buy the best coffee that we feel that we can sell. Coffee comes from not exactly wealthy areas of the world, and we didn't want to contribute to any kind of poor living conditions for anybody. So we tried out a few different importers. We settled on one in Minneapolis called Café Imports. We feel that we get the best coffee for the amount of money that we spend on it, and which is not insignificant. That's our biggest cost here. Yeah. And on top of that, I just want it to taste good. In addition to sourcing ethically and trying to make the best impression that we can with our product. I personally really like Ethiopian coffees, especially natural processed. I have 2 of them on the shelf right now, and but I'm really starting to like stuff coming out of Central America, especially Costa Rica. There's some really, really good stuff coming out of Costa Rica right now that we've really gotten into.
Cool.
Most of our stuff is like a light medium roast. We don't go too dark. I kind of make a joke. I've been slowly gaslighting all of our customers. So when I started off, I used to roast my stuff really dark, and then I found out I was buying really good coffee, and I was roasting a lot of the good stuff out of it. So I just kind of slowly backed it off and manipulate the roast a few different ways to get the maximum amount of sweetness out of the coffee itself, and try not to make it bitter at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's been working so far. We take that same approach with all of our sourcing.
Okay.
When we were starting out, I think it was about a year into it, I realized we didn't have any decaf. People kept asking us for decaf.
Yeah.
Like, why on earth would you want to drink decaf?
I don't understand who would ever drink that.
We decided, okay, we're going to bring that in, but we want to source it with the same kind of like principles we use for sourcing our regular coffee. Yeah. And we have a very nice decaf from Colombia. We do the same thing with our teas. We're looking to expand that program over the next year or two, and we use a tea importer that we really like. They do some of the blends for us, which is nice. And we take that approach to everything that we buy.
Nice. So what do you see as like the most popular drinks when people come in?
It depends on the day. If it's a Main Street Festival, it's vanilla ice lattes.
Ah, very nice.
Yeah.
500 of those last week.
Wow.
But typically, it really depends on the person. We saw a lot of lattes. They're pretty approachable. They're sweet. They taste great. I feel like our espresso is very, very good in there. Our barista, Madeline, does a great job coming up with flavor combinations and then just, pulling the espresso shots properly, steaming the milk, the way that it needs to be done. And then like some of our longer term customers, like they want to pour over coffee, like hand poured coffee.
Yeah.
I like making those. That's how I prepare my coffee for myself.
Cool.
And, we're really growing a lot in our cold brew area. We bottle our cold brew too, and that's available in a couple stores around town. We usually have anywhere from 20 to 30 gallons of it here on tap.
Nice.
Emily, you were questioning the lemonade and cold brew mix. We call it a Happy Gilmore. That is surprisingly very popular. So it's just something a little refreshing, but it's a cold brew based drink that we do. So, but yeah, between lattes and pour overs, those are probably where seem to be the most popular.
Nice. Now, I heard in that too, you guys kind of mentioned that you've got your drinks at different locations around town as well. I know in our past passports that we've had, we've also seen their name over at like New Berlin and Sprinkle City. What does putting you guys out there in the local community, seeing everything that you do on your social media and your website and everything like that, what have you seen with how you have incorporated yourself into the community and what that does for you guys?
Yeah, well, and I think some of that helps too, not only connections through food and beverage, all the restaurants that you've sold to, like the Bistro of Oakwood, that's one of our accounts as well. But we like to give them something a little better, a little different than what they've been buying, so that way they can give their customers an elevated experience. But then also, if it gets our name out there a little bit more too, we have had some people come in, I had a cup of your coffee at the Bistro of Oakwood, I want a bag for myself, So it is kind of a nice, and plus we're not shy about shouting out who we work with. We think that that's one of the coolest things to be able to, and if there's some cross promotion, great, but otherwise, we work with people because we like them, whether it's personally or their products, both, so we want, everybody to go to Sprinkle City and see what's going on, and in turn, you can get a cup of our coffee there and maybe they'll come over here next, and try something different.
Yeah, no, that's so awesome that everybody's able to work together and really help the community grow and kind of like, just build your businesses and just support, which is so important. And that's kind of bringing it back to our Love Living Local passport. This time, these guys are going to be on our passport for Q4. So that's going to run from October 1st to December 31st. Come on out, get your passport here or at any of the other locations that are going to be participating. And thank you so much for everybody that stays involved.